right. Good morning. Let me make sure desktop audio is off. Input is off. All right. Oops. Start. Share my screen. Participants. And we need to tweet. Should be good. What is this? Oh, right. Okay, let's see. Share. Let's. Morning, Olga. Okay, here, let me double check that people can hear me on stream. All right, audio on stream is working. Zoom audio, I think, is working. I need to turn this light on. Oh, that's bright. All right, and then here, let's see. What's the last thing? I need to. All right, okay. I was gonna add one more bonus question here. Here. Bonus question. All right, let's hope we get through all of this today. I'm not doing anything else, so we'll let this stream go on as long as it does. So, all right, last week, or not last week, I missed last week. The week before that, we basically covered everything about ERC20 balances, including everything from like how approvals work, how like safe transfer from works, how allowances work, stuff that like you normally don't think about, but it is important to know how to track that. We also went through like rebasing tokens, so I think we looked mainly at staked ETH. Did we look at any others? No. I think there was plans to look at A tokens, but we didn't get to it because staked ETH was already like confusing enough. Again, it's fairly the same implementation for basically any rebasing token. So if you're interested in that, definitely recommend looking there. So today, for this morning at least, we're gonna look at how do you track, like, so let's say someone has USDC tokens, right? If they put it into a liquidity pool, or if they wrap it in like Aave deposits, it becomes an A token. then if you just query for someone's USDC balance, it's actually not accurate, right? And this is something that a lot of wallets struggle with because it's like, all right, if I'm Zerion or Zapper and I'm trying to get your total USDC holdings, I have to go through all of these different pools, figure out the logic, and like add together your balances, right? And that's hard to do, which is why all of these aggregators just show the balances like by protocol instead of like just like by token, I would say. Actually, I think Zapper might have updated that, so I might be wrong there, but at least that's how it was before. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's get into the questions. So let's see. All right, I'm gonna stick with the V1 engine for now, and we're gonna go directly from the transfer table. Remember that this transfer table is basically just a subset of the logs table, right? It's decoding all ERC20 transfers. And immediately what I'm going to do, and you'll see why I do this later, is I'm going to join ERC20.tokens. T on T dot, hold on. ERC20.tokens, 10. Okay. T dot contract address equals transfer dot contract address, I think, where symbol equals USDC. And let's do like a limit 10 here to make it easier. Did that work? It did, great. All right, so then all we need for balances is, again, we've done this before, but I'll just work through from scratch just so everyone can get some review. We want the 2 or received as right, the person receiving it and the total amount that they have ever received. So some value divided by 10 to the, we know it's 6, but we're going to use the tokens table, which has the decimals. All right, so it's just because this is more scalable. And let me just check that this is right. Oh, right. Okay. Let's do that. That might take a second to go. So received, sent. Oh, I need to have the chat up just in case. Oops, that's Spotify. Streaming. All right. So sent as. Actually, hold on. I'm changing my mind. Let's do this on the V2 engine. I think that'll actually be faster. ERC20. Oh, they already have balances by hour. Okay, for this, what do I care about? Let's just do balances latest. Okay. What does this table look like? Amount last updated timestamp. guessing we're gonna have to do this. Okay, let's hope that runs. But we're basically gonna get order by, let's see, who are the top balances? Order by amount descending. And we're gonna get top 100, right? So with top 100 USDC as, bring that in here, and we'll let that work. And next we need Uniswap LP USDC as. So let's start with just one example, right? USDC ETH, and then we can generalize to any USDC pool later. It's going to be a little harder, but let's see. Swap V2. Hopefully it's in the engine. All right, V2 router. Let's do pair. And let's do mint. Hold on now. Let's just do. I wonder if that's going to track everything. Okay, so here's my thinking, right? So I know there's two routers. I want, let's see. Because I need amount 0 and amount 1 in, for sure. But I also want the share of the pool. And I've forgotten where that's outputted. I think that's output. All right. I know how to do this. All right, let's go back to the pair. Let's go back to mint and let's just do this. Where we had this before, didn't we? So this one? Oops. What's this one here? USDC to ETH. All right, yeah, so this is the right one. So let's start with this. Wait, did this just say no results from query? Uh-oh. That's not good. Let's see. I also need this. All right. Sorry, I'm doing like multiple things at once here. But while we figure out what's going on and this balances stuff, we're gonna also figure out this Uniswap stuff. So I need the console. Everything has to be lowercase. So let's just do 2 lowercase here. Grab this, replace that. Okay. Right? Hold on. I think I have to do it. Let's take this to a new query for now. Yeah, okay, it does have to be lowercase. Amount 0, amount 1. All right, I need to remember which token is amount 0, which token is amount 1. So, all right, so if we were to go through steps, right, since I think it'll be more clear. Step 1, figure out, hold on. Figure out which token is amount 0 and which one is amount 1, right, for USDC. And then we need to track all add liquidity mint events for USDC ETH. If we want to track shares, then we need to left join the token, well, like the LP token. The LP token minted amount by transaction hash to get like the share output. And then, or shares, I think, is just like LP tokens held over LP tokens minted, like LP tokens total supply, right? That tells you how much you own. And then ultimately, to generalize, we need to get all pairs created where USDC was either token 0 or token 1, and then basically run in a loop. That's essentially what we need to do to get the LPs and their USDC balances. Are there any questions about that so far? Since that's not, I don't think that's super clear, but all right, I'm just getting into it. Stop me if I lose you. So here, amount 0 is 250, amount 1. Just looking at this, we know that ETH is 18 decimals, and we know that USDC is 6 decimals, so it looks like amount 0 should be the token. Yeah, amount 0 should be USDC. All right, so we know that right away. So I can say select, does it say sender as part of the events? Yeah, so for a sender, sum amount 0 divided by 6 decimals, all right? As total USDC added. Ordered by 1. Ordered by 2. Sending. Is there anything I want to do before I do this? No. Okay. So that's how much USDC has been added, and let me just sense check this by taking this top holder and seeing if they hold this token. Or hold on, I need to go to, what's the fastest way of doing this? Go to the contract address of the pair, go to that ERC20 token, take the sender address, search for that holder. And they're not in here. Okay. Something's not right. Let's do this. Oh, right. I'm only checking a minute added right now. So I need to take amount that they've taken out as well. Okay, wait, let me think if there's a faster way. So, okay, so technically, fastest way of doing this would be we take the... How is this still running? Alright. I was gonna say, we take the balance of LP tokens they hold, and then basically figure out the share percentage of that LP pool, and multiply it by the liquidity inside the pool to get how much USDC they own, basically at the moment. One issue with that is, I think later when we want to do impermanent loss calculations, we need to get... I guess we don't need how much they added at the time, because we can just take their share and multiply it by the liquidity at that time. All right, let's keep it simple. Let's just do... I can't believe that running this took 7 minutes. All right. We're not using that table then. I need to not mumble. Basically, this took 7 minutes to run, so we're not using that table. That's all I said. Okay, so let's do. Take how much they've added. All right, yeah, all right. I'm gonna change our approach here. We are... Let's see. We're still manually going to track transfers because I think the balances table is not performant. And token address equals. I need to do a lower on this. Here, let's just make this easy. So I need this. And then we're also going to need top LP. Oh, we have a CT for this, sorry. So we're also going to need top shares. And then we'll need with total supply as get total supply of last updated equals this. Okay. Let's see if this works. So we need to get the total supply of USDC ETH LP tokens. We need current liquidity as get total. Oh, why does this not work? As date. Do this. Pool. So like we're gonna get people's balances, which again is their amount, which is going to be divided by the total supply, and then that's going to be multiplied by current liquidity, basically. And that would give us actually, we don't need total USDC and ETH in pool. We just need total USDC in pool. And that should give us USDC balance. All right. So walking through this one more time, we're getting their like normal USDC balances, and then we're looking at this USDC ETH pool, and basically getting how much USDC do they have, like do they own from the pool, right? So if I go back to the contract for USDC ETH, you can see exactly the balance in the contract already. So I could do something complicated, such as like looking at, for example, going to the logs and seeing what is the final reserves of each token. Hold on. I think that's what I want here, right? Hold on, reserve. So, yeah, it would be reserve 0, reserve 1. Only problem is this is UINT 112 encoded, so I would have to do a little bit of math to decode it, and I don't want to do that, so we're just gonna go with what is the USDC balance of the pool instead. I'm trying to think, is there a fancier way to do this? Where token address and wallet address equals the pool itself. Will this work? Let's see. All right. So this is incorrect. We know it's not negative 384, so that table cannot be used. All right. Going back to basics. So USDC balances as. Should have just done this from the start. With received as select. All select to some value. some value divided by 1e6 as value where contract address equals the USDC token group by 1. Now we're going to do sent as where people are froming it, and then we're just going to do a join, right? So we're joining sent on s dot from here. Let's rename things as user. So we're going to join on user, and we're going to coalesce the sent in case they never sent anything as bounds. All right, so this order by 2 descending 100. This should work. Uh-oh. Yes, of course that's ambiguous. Let's try this one more time. This should give us basically USDC balance latest. So then we don't have to mess around with any of this stuff here. We actually don't need this CT anymore because now we've calculated the balance already. And now what we can do is select from here where, let me just double check this makes sense. So this person should own 3.36 million, 361 million. All right, let's see. Oh, no, not what I wanted to do. Balance 3.642 something billion. Does that match up? More or less matches up. So we have this, and now we want where user. So remember, this query here is just checking for, it's checking for how much USDC is held in that Uniswap contract, because it's faster than looking at reserves and then figuring out how to go from UINT 112 to normal numbers again. Let me see if this works. So this should give us like 54 million USDC. And we don't need this anymore. Oh, wait. I can't do the limit. 55.5. Honestly, close enough. All right, so that's the amount of USDC in current USDC liquidity. And now we need total supply of USDC ETH LP tokens, which we know is this address. So I could do this whole balance thing all over again, but I don't technically need that, right? I just need the mint amounts. So instead, what we're going to do here is select, what's the fastest way of doing this? Okay, before I do that, let me check if they emit that event. So if I go to the pair and I look at mint, All right, nope, they don't. All right, so I'm going to replicate this. Right. I don't care about that. I don't care about this. What I do care about is that 2 equals 0 address. Come on, Wi-Fi, work with me. Right, so this, instead of received now, this is burned. And instead of sent, this is minted. So now I just want select here. Let's do select value from minted minus select value from burned as total supply. I don't need any of this. And this should work. I hope. Does it work? Please work. So that's total supply. And now we need... Oh, we're gonna need the users' balances too. So why don't we actually duplicate this completely? Wait, why do I already have this here? A0B. Hold on, which one? B4. I needed B4. With LP balance latest. Okay, if I'm generalizing this later. Okay, I'm gonna worry about generalizing this after this. Let's move this into here. So we have total supply, we have current liquidity, and now we have user balances. So we can get people's shares now. We can say, all right, get from LP balance latest. We want their balance divided by the total supply divided by select. What did I call it? Total from. So we're getting the total that they own from total supply, and we're multiplying it by select. What do I call it? Select balance. So select balance from current USDC liquidity. All right, so reviewing what we just did, we got their LP token balance. We're dividing it by tokens, like the total supply of Uniswap tokens, Uniswap LP tokens minted to get their share of the pool. And then we're multiplying their share of the pool, which is a percentage, by how much USDC is in the contract, right? So get share of pool as percentage, multiply by USDC in the pool. And let's do this. Hold on. User as USDC balance. order by 2. And what did I call this whole thing? Uniswap LP USDC. Select all from Uniswap. Okay. Uh-oh. We have error. No viable alternative. Okay. I can't have a comma at the end of the CTE here. That's why. Okay, so this would give us the Uniswap balances of USDC, right? And the question was, how do we add this to the holders? So that's easy. We can take USDC balance latest, val lab, and left join this val uni. All right, I'm gonna deal with that error in a second. Oh, it worked. So this is this user's USDC balance in the pool. So if I go to their address, I should see that they're holding a bunch of Uniswap tokens, which they are. They're holding 136 million in tokens of this pool. And remember, pools is always you're getting half and half of whatever's in the pool. So half of 136 is 78. No, that's not right. 68. 68. Yeah. 68, which is basically what they have here, right? So now it's like we got their share. So let's join this. So we have the ballat.user equals baluni.user, and now we can get for a user what is their original balance, original USDC balance, what is their unit token, unipool, Uniswap USDC balance, and then what's their total balance. Plus, remember, you always need a coalesce because they might not have any balance in Uniswap. And if you add or subtract or whatever a null value, it's going to give you like null, right? So you always have to have a coalesce as total USDC balance, all right? And now we can do order by 4 descending. Am I forgetting anything here? All right, and this should give, well, shit, all right. Val uni.val, oh, right. Let me change this. This should give us what we asked for. So that gives us, oh, well, I realized I skipped the question. I just answered the bonus question. But you found their LP balance and historical change. I'll do that next. But basically, you just take their share over time, right? Like their balance over time. So here we're calculating balance most recently, but like if you wanted balance over time, you would just add like a date trunk, like daily balance, right? So day, event, block time as day, right? It's like you would do that for both from and to. And then when you join, you would join on the user and the day. S.day, R.day, right? And then you would have like R.day. And then you need like a coalesce on this as well, because they might have received but not sent anything. As like balance. Oops. It's like balance diff, and then you would add like one more, like add one more CTE for some window, like some balance diff over like partition by user, order by day ascending. as daily balance. All right. Yeah, I'll write out the whole thing just so it's here. So select .day .user, and then balance diff and some balance diff from. Oops. Don't need an order by here. But yeah, this would give you just the daily balance of that. Oops. Right, so if I take this, hold on, where is it giving me an error? Line 26, some, oh, I need to alias it. Does it work if I take out the window function? All right, this is an event. This is an event. Transfer to, so I need to group by. Group by. R.day does not exist. Oh, right, I don't use R anymore here. Okay, so that is running, but I want to check that this window function works. I don't need it extraneous here. All right. Extraneous, oh, okay, order. All right, hold on. Hive SQL window functions. I think I have a syntax error here. Count over partition by order by. Oh, did I put a comma? I did, that's why. Sorry, y'all. All right, so that's working. This query is still working. Let me save these. So this one is Web3. What have I been calling this? W3DD? WW? Why do I remember I put two W's? All right. Practice question 7, bonus 1. And then this is WW3DD. Practice question 7. As daily balance. Right, so again, going through the logic here, we got how much they were sending and receiving each day, right? And then we joined it to get like what is their difference in balance each day, and then you sum over the difference of balances and you get their daily balance each day. Right, so like let's say I just took this one user and they only had a balance difference once, but let's take this user. You can see like, oh, they added this much, the next time it was still the same, the next time they actually added a lot more, it went up, they took out some, it went down, and then it doesn't change. If you want like full daily balance of like no dates skipped in between, then you have to do something called a cross join, but that takes a long time, so I'm not going to do it here. But just so you know, here, I'll pull up an example of a cross join I've done. I think I did it in community dashboard. and treasury value. Did I do a cross join in here? Dates, distinct, cumulative day, cumulative amount, fill price matters. No, I didn't do it here. When did I? Okay. I can't remember where I did it. I'll add it in after the class, a link to that query, but this is your balance per day, right? So you can see they're like changing, they're changes in balance in the pool. So like if we wanted to take, like a good way to visualize this possibly would be like take the top 100 holders and see how their balances have changed, right? So we have this as like historical balances as, oops. And then we also want, uh-oh. Why did this not work? Sorry, I'm jumping around so much. I have a missing... Does this work? This works. I know that this works. With USDC balance list. I'm 100% sure this works. So I think it's in here I'm missing. Oh, it's because I made these edits. Okay, I don't need this. Alright, this is why you don't edit in the same queries. But if I take... If I take LP balance latest, right? And then order by balances, get only the top, like, 20. Here we get historical balances for only the top 100 LPs on USDC ETH. So let's say this, where user in select distinct, or select user from LP balance latest. Let's do top 20 LPs. Okay, what's going on here with... I know this works. Still running here. All right. That works. Historical balance. Okay, we have. Oh, this is missing a with. With received. Sent. And then select all of them. Historical balances. I'm going to add some more bonus questions into here. So we did this, right, with the raw balances. Bonus question. Can you generalize this to all USDC pairs in Uniswap? We might do that next week. Actually, no, we'll save this for after we've done all the other questions here. I talked about this, but you have to find all pairs that have USDC as either token 0 or token 1. That's an important one. For wrappers, hint has to do with how wrappers manage symbols. We'll do that one next time too. And then LP and permanent loss should be easy to do after you know how their balances have changed. So hint, check their balances over time versus their share of USDC or ETH in the pool. That actually might be good as its own question instead of... Yeah, okay, hold on. We're going to add a question. So this should be figuring out LP loss based off of that. And then we'll do DEX trading later, floor prices, NFT trading later. Okay, so LP and permanent loss. All right, that's gonna have to be its own question. All right, so here we have their daily balances over time. So let's make this fun. Let's do a line chart. Let's group by user and get their daily balance. And you can kind of see that I've forgotten to divide my balances somewhere in here. This is divided, this is divided, this is divided, this is divided. Who has 10 trillion? That's not right. Let's do some QA. Oh, because this is the LP token, not the USDC, right? So I haven't learned how to do a backflip. So this is a little too much to look at. So why don't we start this from, let's see, how volatile are they? You literally can't even tell. So let's start from where day greater than now minus interval, like 8 months. Wow, this one's still running too. Okay. Okay, so next time we have to generalize and we have to include wrappers, and then we'll have like a fairly complete USDC balance query. Permanent loss and DEX trading will be fairly easy to do after that. And then one more session for NFTs. Great. All right. So here we go. Now we can see people's balance changes over time for the top 20 holders. Honestly, nothing too interesting here. Probably would have been more interesting to do this on like a Steth ETH pool, I would say. USDC ETH is fairly boring, but that'll do it. I think I'll wait around for this query to finish running, but I'm basically done talking. And then, yeah, thank you all for sticking around. If you want to stick around until this is done, feel free to do so. I'm gonna go grab some water and then come back and see if see if this stupid query is done running. Let me see anything. Oh, right. Okay, next week I'm actually at a wedding, so I can't stream. So I might I might change the stream date next week to be um I might do Monday morning instead next week. I'll send a tweet out. But yeah, cool. All right. No problem. I'm gonna stop the Zoom and yeah, we'll let this run. I'll put up Notepad. Uh, and I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes. See if it finishes. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna finish running, so we'll just pick up from here next time. I'm gonna try to optimize the query. But see y'all next week.